Good morning, parents. Welcome, parents, family, friends, and TBK Tigers to our STEM Student of the Month Award Ceremony for the month of April. This is how we silent clap, right? We are so happy that you can join us today as we celebrate our Tigers who have demonstrated the STEM trait of the month, being inquisitive. So all of you are inquisitive this past month, or congratulations. Our school theme is HERO, the acronym that stands for Helping Everyone Reach Our Goals. We are here today to recognize our Tigers who have taken an inquisitive approach to learning. Because we believe that everyone in the school community is a hero, we use this theme in conjunction with our STEM traits. Each trait is represented by a superhero who exemplifies the STEM trait. April's STEM trait of inquisitive is represented on the student certificates by the superhero Flash. By tapping into Speed Force, Flash has the ability to run, think, and act faster than light itself. This ability allows him to read and acquire knowledge at a hyper-accelerated rate, which keeps him asking questions and wanting more knowledge. It is Flash's inquisitive nature that helps him learn more about the world around him. Today we honor our Tigers who have used their inquisitive skills to gain knowledge in the classroom. Through your I wonder and what if attitude, you all have been the models of inquisition within the school community. Now, I'd like to welcome Ms. Wonderly to the stage to MC the awards.
All right, good morning. Just a couple of people to introduce and a couple of announcements, some people who make this possible. We have, of course, Ms. Tuminella. She's our STEM coordinator. We have Ms. Kay and Ms. Knowles, who are our K-5 guidance counselors, school counselors. Myself and Ms. Bell over here, we are the middle school counselors. Mr. Weaver, who's doing a big no-no, but we give him permission to stand on the table for this. He is going to be, he's our tech specialist, and he is recording today, so you will be able to see this on our Twitter feed and tweet it out, share it with friends. Videos also on the website, pretty much anywhere you can think of on the web. So we're doing things a little bit different today. Everybody's going to do the same thing as far as when I call your name and I'm going to read what your teacher said about you. You're going to come up on stage, cross in front of me, shake Ms. Tuminella's hand and get your certificate and goodies, shake Ms. Lamb's hand, get certificate and goodies, and then we pose you all as a group for a picture and we let parents come closer and then you go off the stage and back to your seat. Now, we, of course, have lots of things going on, parents. As you know, we have been in testing season, as I like to call it. So testing season is continuing today for some of our 7th and 8th graders. They are taking their algebra and geometry end of course exams. So we're going to start with them today so that we can recognize them, have them get their treat, and then have them move on to their testing location. So if I could have 8th grade stand. Oh, 7th grade first. Okay, 7th grade. If you could stand and look to Miss Knowles so she can help. 7th grade, I know you're out there. 7th grade, I need you to stand and I need you to go towards Miss Knowles and Miss Kay over here. They're going to bring you up on stage. Oh, and I forgot the most important part. It's good that they're starting. So you had a paper on your chair that had your name on it. This is kind of what happens at high school graduation. So it prepares you down the road. So you're going to hand me your name tag, although I know some of you, so that I read the right thing that your teacher said about you, and then you cross the stage. So we're starting 7th grade with Prince. Prince is always asking questions about topics that relate to his real life. He tries to make sense of deep topics and tries to understand them further. Is an energetic and outgoing young lady who knows no stranger. Her curiosity and playful nature often gets her in the center of conversations of a variety of groups. This is one reason why she is selected as this month's STEM Student of the Month for being so inquisitive. And we're going to ask you to hold the applause until the end of the grade level. This is Taylor. Taylor is so deserving of this character trait. She is always eager to learn just a little bit more about a given topic or lesson. Taylor is definitely inquisitive, a very, very good trait to have towards learning. Tyler is always asking questions about the lesson that he may not understand. He is in a language arts ESOL class and tries every single day to better his English by inquiring about what we are learning. Chow is an outstanding student and looks from an interesting perspective. He doesn't accept what he sees. Instead, he questions why it is the way it is. This inquisitiveness is ongoing. Questioning the world around him will allow Chow to be successful in all that he does. Aiden is always thinking outside the box and tackling each activity with a different perspective. His fresh approach enhances the classroom environment, is rewarding for both himself and his peers. Lewis has routinely shown interest in current events and many topics discussed in civics. He has proven to be a student who enjoys and desires soaking up much knowledge as possible. He's a valuable asset to our class and continues to show enjoyment in learning. And these are our 7th grade students of the month. All right, 7th grade parents, I know you're out here. If you would like to come closer at this time for a picture, any of our photo ops, come closer to get a picture now. And while the pictures are being taken, 8th grade, if you would stand and look to Miss Kay and Miss Knowles, are going to get you up on stage. All right, now our 8th graders. We're going to start off with Destiny. From novel study to creative visuals, Destiny probes his group with thought-provoking questions to take conversations from literal understanding toward real-world connections and thoughtful learning experiences. Jordan is always curious of his surroundings and what is going on. Jordan will inquire on almost anything that sparks interest to him. He is all-knowing, which sometimes gets the best of him. However, it is nice to know that he is passionate about learning. Swati is curious about what we learn and not just curious about what I said, so she can write it or think about it because she missed what was said the first time. She's curious because she's trying to understand and make the connections necessary for a deeper and clearer understanding of what and why we study. Linnea is new to TVK8. Her persistence, diligence, and inquisition has made her a role model to her students. She started TVK8 in the middle of the Avid Wax Museum project, which she won. She conscientiously completes every assignment. If she's absent, she is so inquisitive that she will email the teacher for her work. She's a wonderful student and a joy in class. Haley is receiving this award for always demonstrating an inquisitive mind by asking questions, engaging with new ideas, and encouraging others to ask as well. In doing so, she has empowered her classmates to engage in discussions beyond our normal scope, and in doing so has allowed all students to succeed. Felipe is an inquisitive student. He ponders new material as he is eager to learn new things. He's engaged and focused as he prepares for success in high school. Isaiah is a great student in class. He is constantly asking questions for clarification on his assignments, keeping me on my toes. He is always striving to do his best work. When he does not show the answer to any questions, he is never afraid to ask for assistance. And these are our 8th grade students of mine. Okay, 8th grade parents, if you are here, you may come closer. I know you're here. Come closer for a picture at this time. And we're going to take just a 30. Okay, hold on. News bulletin. This just in. We've got a 7th grader. This is Tessa. And Tessa amazes her teacher every day. Not only does she start the day with a smile, but she also has a persistence about her that is admired. She asks questions until she gets an answer and continues to be curious no matter what the task at hand. So let's give these ladies and gentlemen another round of applause. All right, now we're going to take like a 20-second intermission. If you are a 7th or 8th grader, you can go ahead and get your treat. Ms. Bell will kind of help you. EOC testers. Oh, if anybody needs to get close, sorry. Discombobulated. If anybody needs to get closer to get a picture at this time, that's fine. Pre-K, you're kind of on deck, but hang out for a second. If you are a 7th or 8th grader and you are an EOC tester, algebra or geometry, you may see Ms. Bell for your treat. She'll kind of help you get organized, and then you'll go back to your homeroom to be sure you've got the right room for testing. All right, let's have pre-K. Come on up. I know this is so exciting. First pre-K student we have is Drew. Drew is always asking questions about what we are learning. He is very eager to build his knowledge on things that interest him. His natural curiosity shows in his love for learning. And this is Parker. Parker is curious about the world around him. He loves to explore both in and out of the classroom and ask lots of questions. He enjoys working together with friends to find answers and solve problems. And this is Mason. Mason recently entered the pre-K class and is adjusting very nicely to his new school family. He certainly is an inquisitive little boy who loves to explore his new classroom and school environments. As he learns the routine, he's eager to work with different classroom materials and make discovery. We are so proud of the progress he has made. And these are our pre-K students of the month. All right, kindergarten, if you would stand and look to Ms. Knowles and Ms. Kay, they're going to help you get up on stage. And pre-K parents, go ahead and come closer at this time for a picture.
Thank you.
All right, here comes kindergarten. Okay, here's Caden. And Caden is a great example of someone who is inquisitive. He is inclined to ask questions and clarify his thinking. He loves to research new ideas and share them with his peers. We are so glad to have him as part of our class family. And here's Gianna. Gianna is a very curious learner, and she asks many questions to clarify her understanding of what we are learning that day. She inspires other students to wonder and explore more during class activities by modeling these traits herself. She has a love of learning and exploration that is wonderful to see. Amira is an inquisitive learner that loves to ask questions and make connections. She is full of wonder and love for new knowledge. She is a valuable member of the classroom family, and we love her inquisitive nature. Ayan is very curious and loves new learning. He shares his knowledge with his peers and shows inquisitiveness by picking up books on topics discussed in class. He loves to write about it too. He is an asset to our classroom. Noah is a sweet and smart young man. He is also curious and loves to ask questions. Noah shows a love for learning, and we are very happy to have him as part of our school family. Here's William. William is our STEM student of the month because he always shows interest and curiosity in the world around him and the content that he learns. If you know anything about him, then you know William and the word why go together. He keeps the teacher on his toes and challenges her to learn just as much as he does daily. He continues to ask questions every day, and we can appreciate his eagerness to learn. Angel loves learning new things and is curious about everything. He is a joy to have in class. Eve Stanley is curious throughout our kindergarten day. He asks and seeks answers to questions he develops as we are learning. He helps us discover more about our learning, and we love his inquisitiveness. One of the many things we admire about Iyad is his curious mind. He is always asking the why and how to further his learning. Not only does this keep the teacher on her toes, it enhances the learning in the classroom. And these are our kindergarten students of the month. Okay, first grade, stand and look to Miss Knoll. She's going to help you get up on stage. And kindergarten parents, you may go ahead and come closer for a picture at this time. Here is Kaylee. She is nominated by 2 teachers. She is inquisitive because she's never afraid to ask a question or help out her fellow peers. She is always asking questions and seeking answers to better understand what's going on around her. She knows when something doesn't make sense and doesn't hesitate to find answers. Christopher inquires about learning to gain knowledge. The teacher can always expect Christopher to ask questions that strengthen discussions. He asks for help when he doesn't understand something or needs a better explanation. Kazar is always thinking and asking questions about what we are learning. He helps us delve deeper into our learning with his questioning as well as gets other students thinking. Nandita is someone who shows curiosity throughout her learning, always wonders about the world around her, and is truly the definition of inquisitive. We always enjoy listening to her outlook on the world, and we love listening to the questions she puts on the wonder window because it stretches our thinking. Joaquin is a student who likes to get to the facts. If he has any confusion, he will ask questions and turn to the research to get answers. He will make a great scientist in the future. Bodhi is a great kid. He is honest, thoughtful, and inquisitive. He is also happy most of the time. He loves to talk to people. Bodhi is a model TBK tiger. Landon is a very smart and bright student. He is always asking great questions about the world around him. Keep up the good work. Jenna is always analyzing her work to make it the best it can be. She notices what she does well and what she can change, and then she makes adaptations accordingly. Carter is a prime example of what it means to be inquisitive. He is always asking questions to learn more about the things we're doing in class. He loves to share what he knows, and he's always looking for more knowledge. Brooke asks the best questions in class. Before starting every new activity, she's sure to inquire about how something should be done or why it is being done. Just when I think I've covered it all, Brooke asks a great question and gets us all thinking. Karina shows love and eagerness to learn new things. In class, she is great at asking and answering questions. We love her curiosity and we're so proud of you. And these are our first grade students of the month. Okay, second grade, if you would stand, second grade, and walk towards Miss Knowles. And first grade parents, family, and friends, feel free to come closer for a picture. All right, here comes our second graders. Starting us off, we have Connor. Connor is a very curious student who really takes the time to understand the topic that's being discussed or find new ways to solve a problem. He genuinely loves to explore, question, and learn. Haley's brain goes 100 miles a minute. She's constantly thinking ahead and wondering about what's to come. Haley loves to dig into fictional characters in reading, investigate new places in social studies, and read about weather and nature and science. She's constantly pushing herself to wonder and learn more every day. Cheyenne is very inquisitive about the world around her and loves to learn. She is a fantastic role model for our class. Like Flash, April's mascot for inquisitiveness, Nicholas reads and thinks quickly, acquires knowledge quickly, and asks questions, always wanting to know more. Hayden is always curious about the world around her and what we are learning about in class. She asks such out-of-the-box questions that gets the whole class thinking deeper about a topic. She is inquisitive by nature, which sparks her passion to learn new things. Anisha is an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. She often makes connections between her previous learning and new topics we cover in class. She will also bring extra information about our class topics to school to share with us and take our learning to the next level. Aiden is very inquisitive. He comes to school every day wanting to learn and investigate. He's curious about the world around him and he wants to know the why and how about the topics we are learning in class. He's eager for knowledge and loves to inquire and participate in class investigations. I am proud to nominate Ikshita as the April Student of the Month. She has demonstrated her inquisitive nature by consistently seeking to learn new things in all subjects and trying new things, including the use of technology. Nikita is very inquisitive. She enjoys inquiring about new things and is constantly asking questions about our growing caterpillar, dash and dot coding, and our exploration of fairy tales. Her curiosity has led to many interesting discussions in our classroom. Avanish, you have such a hunger for learning. Whenever we begin a new topic, you not only add your knowledge in class discussion, but you inquire about the topic with such interesting, thoughtful questions. We are always impressed with your questions and how you don't stop until you find your answers. And these are our second grade students of mine. In third grade, if you would stand. Third grade, stand and look to Miss Knowles and Miss Kay. They're going to help you get up on stage. And second grade parents, you may come closer at this time for a picture. All right, here come our third graders. Let's listen to what their teacher said. Our STEM student of the month is Vincent. He is an easy choice because he asks thoughtful questions, seeks honest answers. He is interested in a wide range of topics and loves to learn new things. Iha is a very curious child who is always excited about the why and the how behind a concept. Her thirst for knowledge is inspiring. Luke's curious nature drives him to brainstorm solutions that don't even cross the mind of others. Additionally, he problem solves in ways that differ from his classmates, and he helps others to learn simply by being himself. Derek is an amazing young man. He is a hard worker and puts in a ton of effort every day in his classwork. One of the most impressive qualities he has is to ask questions when he doesn't understand something or when he wants to know more about something he is learning. Mufadal is a hard-working student who loves to learn and always questions everything he's learning. Nikita portrays the STEM trait of inquisitive on a daily basis. He's always asking clarifying questions to ensure he understands what we're working on and is curious about the world around him. Napoleon constantly looks for more information to learn about every day. He's curious about all new materials and asks questions on a daily basis to become even more successful. He will even research and find out new information at home and share it with us at school. I thought of you, Malini, for the STEM Award this month. You are eager for knowledge and curious about different art techniques and art materials. I appreciate how you ask thoughtful questions to increase your understanding of what we're learning in class. You are always positive and ready to lend a helping hand to your fellow classmates. You are inquisitive, a motivator to your classmates, and you always work very hard in completing your best work. Gabriel truly has the character trait of inquisitiveness. He asks deep thinking questions and his mind is always wondering about something interesting. He takes a leadership role in discussions and always has something to contribute. Along with that, he's always polite and respectful to peers and adults. Hallel is very eager for knowledge and always wants to learn new things in music class. He asks questions regularly and is always trying to further his skills and knowledge. Ayam is very inquisitive of the world around her. She's always asking questions about how things work and how they can relate to other things. She loves using the 4 C's of STEM when problem solving. Sheridan is always craving more knowledge. She works hard to find something interesting in everything we do in music. Her thirst for more information makes her a joy to have in class. And these are our third grade students of the month.
All testing students should be in their testing locations at this time. All EOC students should be in their testing locations at this time. Thank you.
Okay, fourth grade, if you would stand and look to Miss Knowles and Miss Kay, they're going to get you up on stage. And third grade parents, family, and friends, feel free to come closer for a picture. All right, here come our fourth graders. We have Marco. He has a curious nature and a natural desire to learn. His eagerness in class is contagious and a pleasure to witness. Keep up the great work. Alejandro is a very inquisitive young man. He is interested in finding out the why and how and solving problems and questions. He's intrigued by new learning and always wants to learn more to keep being inquisitive. Dev's thirst for knowledge is a driving force in his search for answers. He asks probing questions that generate wonder and conversations. Oftentimes, he will ask if he can research a topic of interest and share his findings with his classmates. Chloe often asks critical questions in math and science to benefit not only her, but her peers in class. She does not shy away from asking for assistance when needed or when clarification for a deeper understanding is necessary. David digs deep into a text to come up with the most interesting questions. His questions lead to the class into a more enriching conversation. We're very proud of your growth this year. All you have to do is spend 5 minutes in a room with Philip for you to see his inquisitive nature. Many great STEM conversations have centered around Philip. His inquisitiveness travels with him outside of the classroom as well, where it's a common occurrence to see him bringing a hand lens to lunch. Aniel is an inquisitive life learner. He is always asking questions about the world around him and wanting to acquire more knowledge on a wealth of subjects. He makes each of his classmates think critically and become problem solvers as they work together to investigate his questions and enhance their learning. Needy is inquisitive. She operates best when she investigates a question or subject for herself. We love how she's not happy to sit back and just accept whatever she's told. She will research, read, compare information, and look at all sides before making up her mind and becoming convinced. Karan, whenever I see Karan, he either wants to share with me something he's learned or ask me something. We really enjoy having conversations with him. He's such a great student and a pleasure to have in class. And these are our fourth grade students of the month. Okay, fifth grade, please stand and look to Miss Kay and Miss Knowles to help you get up on stage. And fourth grade parents, family, and friends, feel free to come closer for a picture at this time. no, the refreshments are over there calling your name. Almost. 5th grade. Here we have Kiara. Kiara's natural curiosity is a great tool for her in the classroom to enhance her learning. Not only does she frequently ask questions, but she also explores the solutions to find an answer. Jesus, we chose him because he's always asking questions because he wants to learn more about each subject. He is curious and he is not afraid to ask the tough questions. Dylan is nominated by 2 teachers. He is interested in certain details that many children gloss over and is a very curious young man. We love that he's always willing to ask questions because we're always ready to teach. He seeks knowledge and isn't afraid to ask questions. He understands that looking into something at different angles is how we gain the depth of a subject. Aziz shows his inquisitiveness through his questioning during all subjects. He is especially good at asking why one word doesn't sound or look like another word. He has stumped the teacher a few times and have had to find the answer and get back to him. Being inquisitive is going to make him successful one day. John is a very inquisitive student. He shows a great amount of interest in everything we do. He's always eager to gain knowledge to make sure he is successful. His nature of being curious is going to bring him much success. Tazi loves to research various subjects and share his knowledge with his teachers and peers. He always asks thought-provoking questions in order to gain a deeper level of understanding of the world around him. Zaren's inquisitive nature is evident in his constant curiosity and eager search for answers to deepen his understanding and knowledge. Samuel is very eager to share new thoughts on various ideas learned in social studies and ELA content. He's always curious to know more than the basic norm of a subject or a person. He gets very excited when he learns something exciting in the classroom and will share his new learnings with many and all of his peers. And these are our 5th grade students of the month. All right, 6th grade, if you would stand and look to Miss Kay and Miss Knowles, we're going to help you get up on stage. And 5th grade, parents, family, and friends, you may come closer for a picture. All right, this is our last group. Yes. All right, starting off 6th grade, we have Diamali. She has an inquisitive mind, always eager to look for knowledge. She always wants to discover as much as she can about things in class, and this quality will help her be successful in the future ahead. Josias is very inquisitive. He asks great questions, stays on top of his grades, and works hard in reading every day. He is dependable, friendly, and a leader in our homeroom. Ben has a natural curiosity about the world. He is always asking questions and trying to find answers, especially in science labs. Inquiry is Yusuf's middle name. He realizes that there is more to life than what's right in front of you. He constantly seeks out and gathers information to gain further knowledge. Isabella has an inquiring mind. She wants to know everything. Isabella asks no fewer than 57 questions per day, and that's in a 50-minute period. She is an example of how to clarify information and always ensures that she understands the information. Elijah is always asking the right question in class. He seems to go one step further in his wanting to learn about music. He is helpful and always checks to see if he's getting it. Annalise shows great intellectual curiosity in our reading class and especially in our literary discussions. She is also eager to inquire with individuals who seem to be sad or make sure that she reaches out to them. Jake is inclined to ask questions, especially if a solution doesn't seem logical to him. He is curious about solutions and oftentimes seeks out other innovative methods to solve a problem. Sarah always tries hard. When she is eager for knowledge and intellectually curious about something, she continues to look it up until she finds the answer. As Reet, when we are learning new curriculum, she is always taking notes and wanting to learn more. Our class chose Khalil to be our Inquisitive Student of the Month. He wants to make sure he understands every topic that's covered in math. He asks clarifying questions until he fully grasps concepts. Ismail is curious about how things work, and he doesn't always take things at face value. He wants to know why procedures work so he can learn more about the process. Rashawn is always engaged in the lessons and always asking questions. He is a wonderful student and always gives 100% in class. And these are our 6th grade students of the month. All right, if you are a 6th grade parent, family, or friend, feel free to come closer for a picture at this time. All right, guys, we are almost done. I'm going to have Miss Lamb come back. There are just a few more recognitions. So as our final April of the Month, Student of the Month, we also recognize our teacher, staff, and our Leadership Person of the Month. And for primary, we recognize Ms. Bowden. Well, I know Ms. Bowden. Since Ms. Bowden has joined our TBK-8 team on Lower Campus, she has asked many questions to help learn the job. She inquires about what to do, how to handle a difficult situation, and is genuinely concerned about being the best she can be. Thank you, Ms. Bowden, for using inquiry as a tool for learning and supporting TBK-8. For intermediate, we have Mr. Strelogson. Mr. Strelogson has been a great addition to the TBK-8 team. Joining us this year, he consistently asks questions about processes and the way it works here at TBK-8. He applies his skill of inquiry in his classroom, as well as asking students to think critically, to problem solve, hypothesize, and work through the what ifs.
Thank you, Mr. Solakson, for being the model of inquiry for your students. There's one more teacher that I wanted to recognize this morning. The other one's actually testing. Okay, she's on her way right now, so as she walks in the door, we should just watch her. And to your left, of course. But she's on her way. Is she actually walking down the hall? Miss Knowles? Because we're hungry. We want our donuts. Are you ready? She actually has students in her classroom and she was going to have some coverage, but it fell through. She's also, this is Mrs. Daly. She teaches 6th grade. She's also our Teacher of the Year for TVK8. Once she gets up on the stage, I'll begin. Ms. Daly's natural ability to think about all students leads her to ask questions on behalf of the greater good. Thinking outside the box, Ms. Daly asks questions and makes proposals on improving the way of work and environment for her students. Her inquisitive nature inspires her students to ask questions and to think beyond the content. Thank you, Ms. Daly, for being such an important member of our TVK8 team.
So I know there's got to be friends and family out there who want to come up and take pictures of our staff because they're amazing.